All right. Thanks everyone for joining us. We have Dylan Jolly with MedMutual Protect. This is new products to us at AEG, be a new contract available. So we're all learning here today. From my understanding, these are individual health coverage in addition to supplemental options. So really excited, Dylan. Thank you so much for your time and take it away.
Certainly. Well, guys and gals, I really appreciate you guys being here with me today and allowing me to spend some time with y'all. Again, my name is Dylan Jolly, and I am with MedMutual Protect. We are a private health insurance carrier that has been around since 1956, and just recently, really over the past 2 years or so, have created a distribution channel and broker partnerships with folks like yourself, where now many different FMOs and GAs and brokers across the country are writing our products, even though we've had a long-standing history within the market, fairly new and offering our products out into the broker world and broker market. Just a quick background. Again, MedMutual Protect, our parent company is Medical Mutual of Ohio. And so that is the tie that you see there, or you'll see branded a MedMutual or Medical Mutual company. So who do we serve? We serve anybody and everybody that needs to go out and buy health insurance on their own, okay? That could be anybody that's self-employed, folks that have been priced out of the ACA marketplace, that lost their subsidy this year, somebody that group health insurance is unaffordable for themselves or for their family, and so on and so forth. Our product portfolio suite includes some very unique product designs that we build and design health plans for the consumer. I'm sure that you've seen carriers, out there in the space that are heavy indemnity based, and maybe include critical illness over the top of that or something to that effect. Our products are kind of in that same bucket with those carriers in the under 65 market. But I would say that we are fairly unique in how we designed a couple of our products, in particular, our specified disease and our accident products. So with that quick introduction, I'll just dive right into product and how we are utilizing our product portfolio, building health insurance plans for consumers out there, and really providing solutions for the consumers out in the space. And before I get started, I do have a colleague of mine, Kathy Casali, who is on with us, and I will introduce her here in a little bit in how we're tying in some of her product to the MedMutual Protect bundle. So as we get started, each one of our products within our product portfolio can be sold standalone or bundled. So if you as a broker say, hey, I really like MedMutual Protect specified disease because it has a $5,000 deductible, 100% co-insurance after that, up to $1 million in a calendar year. And I want to pair that with XYZ carrier indemnity that I really like. You can do that. Or if you write somebody who still is qualifying for subsidy on the ACA and say, hey, I'd like to supplement the ACA with their products. You can certainly do that as well. Where we are seeing a lot of success over the course of last year and throughout enrollment was the bundling of our products into one package to stand alone as someone's complete health insurance plan. Okay, so to unpack that a little bit, we have a specified disease product that unbiasedly, in my opinion, is unlike any other specified disease product out there, okay? And I always try to make clear that This product is not just your run-of-the-mill critical illness type policy or cancer first occurrence or lump sum benefit payout type product. It is truly unique in its design. The reason being is it has 20 initial listed specified disease diagnoses listed on the brochure that you can see here, okay? I like to refer to those as categories. And the reason is because underneath each one of these diagnoses listed on the brochure, inside the policy specimens, there are sub-diagnoses that fall in those categories. If you notice there, it says coronary artery / cardiovascular disease. You notice it doesn't just say heart attack. We cover under this product anything having to do with the coronary artery or cardiovascular disease. So that could be a blood clot, deep vein thrombosis, AFib, a heart attack, of course, but anything having to do with the cardiovascular system or the coronary artery system. Another one that is fairly unique with this product and kind of just in the space in general is you'll see there gastrointestinal disease. There are 11 sub-diagnoses under that gastrointestinal disease listed there. It has cancer. It's got heart attack, stroke, diabetes, organ transplant, kind of the big ones that folks think of. But it also has gallbladder surgery. That is listed right there as well. Appendicitis is covered under this product. Pancreatitis, pneumonia, hypo and hyperthyroidism. So the product itself is very vast and robust in the diagnoses that it covers, okay? We have 5 different benefit levels associated with this product, okay? We have a couple low-level, $0 deductible, 100%, $10,000 and $25,000 max benefit per year levels of benefit. That's kind of your critical illness style benefit there. That was designed for brokers and agents that maybe write a lot of ACA, but we know that the client may have a $10,000 out-of-pocket, max, and they want to attach that to ride shotgun to that ACA plan or that major medical plan. Where we see the most popular benefit level sold is when somebody is designing a bundle or utilizing, the products to build out a health plan to stand alone as somebody's health insurance coverage. We see predominantly the $5,000 deductible, 100% coinsurance. So that's kind of an out-of-pocket max, if you will, of $5,000, up to $1 million in benefit per calendar year. So a couple of things there. When we designed this product, we wanted to build it to give the feel, all while knowing this isn't major medical coverage, but it gives that client and that agent the feel of a major med just pertaining to these specified disease coverages and diagnoses. You have a $5,000 deductible, Mr. Client. After that deductible, the product pays 100% up to $1 million in a calendar year. So we felt that was relatable within the market and would make for easy understanding from the agent to the consumer in explaining the benefits. Also, it is fairly unique with this product design that, let's say, client XYZ, takes the policy out and has a heart attack, okay, in the hospital for 5 nights. Well, for anything pertaining to that heart attack, they would have a $5,000 deductible, and then the policy would pay it 100%. Whether that was, hey, I was having chest pains, went to the ER, that's where things kind of started. They diagnosed me in the ER, kept me there for 5 nights. I did triple bypass. I got out on day 6. Well, now I've got follow-up visits at a cardiologist. I've got maybe some physical therapy to do. so on and so forth. This product covers from the ER to inpatient services to outpatient as well. Okay. And so we feel that that is very powerful in the private health insurance space, in the quote unquote ACA alternative health insurance space, that the product would cover, ER, inpatient stay, outpatient needs, follow-up doctor visits, things of that nature, all with a $5,000 deductible, then 100% up to $1 million in a calendar year. Something that I get asked quite a bit is, hey, is that a $5,000 deductible per diagnosis? No, it is not. It's a calendar year deductible. So if Mr. Jones has a heart attack and say that heart attack costs, $200,000. Well, he met his deductible on that heart attack. We paid out as an insurance company $200,000. Mr. Jones still has $800,000 in benefit for specified diseases for the rest of the year. So if he comes down with pneumonia and is hospitalized or has to have his gallbladder taken out, he's already met his deductible. That policy just pays up to the maximum, of $1 million in a year. This product is underwritten. Okay. We have on our e-application process, we have knockout questions pertaining to this product. Your pretty standard questions. We do a 5-year look back, so that includes cancer. If somebody's treated for cancer 3 years ago, they would not be eligible. But if it was 6 or 7 years ago, they are eligible. Pretty standard underwriting, streamlined underwriting, knockout questions on the app. The product is networked. All of our products are networked with First Health PPO Network. Okay. So we have a pretty strong PPO network on these products, and pretty widely accepted and utilized throughout the country. One thing that I find, feel is fairly unique is we do not need network participation to pay claims. So somebody ends up at XYZ facility and they just say, hey, we don't fool with First Health Network. That's okay. We will still pay our benefits. We pay at the same, hey, $5,000 deductible, 100% up to $1 million. In that situation, those claims are ran through our secondary repricing mechanism through Clear Health, and we pay 250% of Medicare in the out-of-network situations. To this day, and I had a conversation with claims, a couple of weeks ago, we have not seen any balanced bills with our clients having to, if they end up, if it's not ran through the network. Generally, most claims are ran through the network, but there are some exceptions. And so that is how the client is able to still use the policy and the benefits. I'll open it up to questions here in a second. I just want to make sure we cover, everything and kind of wrap this all together. So that is our specified disease product. Okay. Again, most popular option sold, $5,000 deductible / max out of pocket, 100% co-insurance after that, up to $1 million in a calendar year on an inpatient and outpatient basis. The next product that I feel is fairly unique and separates us from, some of our competitors out there is our accident product. It is built as an exact replica of our specified disease, just covering accidents. Okay. $5,000 deductible, 100% coverage after that, $1 million in benefit per calendar year. Big thing, pertaining to accidents. Think about it. If you're, out on the ski slopes and tear an ACL, you might get taken to the ER. They might keep you for a night or two, check you out, and then you've got to have surgery 2 weeks later to repair that ACL. And then what comes with that? Maybe a month and a half or 2 months of physical therapy. After that $5,000 deductible, all of that is covered under this product. Okay. Let's say that I'm just really accident prone. Tore my ACL in March, and then, I broke my arm in July. Both accidents already met my deductible, still have plenty of coverage in the calendar year to take care of those situations. So accident product is guaranteed issue. Again, all of our products are networked with First Health and, can be utilized in or out of network, all of that good stuff. Now, this is our bundled benefit brochure. So we've discussed specified disease, we've discussed accident. How do we round out that bundle? Well, we have our own indemnity product, okay? Similar to the one, like a Manhattan Life indemnity or, some of the other indemnity carriers out there. There's a couple of unique aspects of it that I think kind of separate us a little bit, but we kind of round out these packages with our indemnity product. So you can see here on our brochure, we've got our accident coverage, specified disease, and then you see the essential, enhanced, and premier packages, if you will. The only thing that separates these packages is, and makes them different from one another, is the level of indemnity benefit, okay? So you got your accident, specified disease, essential level of indemnity benefit, enhanced level of indemnity benefit, and then premier level of indemnity benefit. I'm sure that many folks in here writing under 65 health insurance have had your experiences with, indemnity, and kind of as indemnity being the chassis, and then maybe, fill in the void with a cancer first occurrence or an accident product or something of that sort. Well, we kind of do it reverse. We think that and have a philosophy of the base of our bundled benefits offerings or our health packages that we build and design for folks comes from the accident and disease as the catastrophic coverage, kind of that stop loss, if you will, and then we fill holes with the indemnity. So you can see here, our indemnity benefit levels might be a little bit lower than what you see in some other indemnity carriers. And the reason being is because we have that big $1 million in specified disease coverage or $1 million in accident coverage for that consumer. We also ran a test when we were revamping our indemnity product and saw that 87% of claims that come through our door that involve hospitalization or surgical trigger either the accident or the specified disease product. And so we evaluated that and we said, okay, if we know that 87% are hitting the catastrophic portion of this person's health package with the $5,000 deductible and $1 million, then maybe we don't need a $6,000 per day hospital indemnity benefit. Maybe that consumer can be okay with $1,000 or $2,000 a day benefit. Now, obviously, there could be some exposure there. If they end up having some situations go on that fall just to the indemnity portion of the coverage. But for large things, heart attacks, cancer, strokes, you've got a really simple package here that, $5,000 deductible, 100% after that, $1 million in coverage, and then they're going to recoup the excess on the indemnity if it's included. As I kind of scroll through here, I'll make a touch point here on our outpatient benefits coverage when it comes to office visits. We do not cap our clients and those consumers at 10 visits per year, 20 visits per year, what have you. We give them an annual allotment of $5,000, $7,500, or $10,000 in outpatient benefit to be utilized for these type of services. So, for instance, if I like to get my labs done quarterly, perfectly fine by us. You get that per day benefit for your labs. Go in as many times as you want. You just know that you've got 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000 in a year to be used for those type of services. Office visits. You know, if we've got a client that just likes going to the doctor, hey, they can go as many times as they would like up to those annual allotments. Or if we have somebody that really, you know, is up on their mammograms and they get one quarterly or something to that effect, they can utilize that benefit as many times as they would like up to that annual allotment. These prices that you see here are for a 50-year-old male non-tobacco in the state of Michigan. And that encompasses and includes all three products. So for that 50-year-old male in Michigan, for the accident and specified disease and the essential level of indemnity, that cost is $265.40 per month, and then so on and so forth. Now, that was a quick rundown of our MedMutual Protect product portfolio. We do have some other products within our portfolio, but this is mainly what is being sold out in the market by brokers like yourself currently. And you know, we're seeing a lot of folks liking it, not just from the agents selling it, but the consumers. And so, you know, we feel that we've got a pretty competitive product here and bundled benefit offering. Now, I'm sure that, and this is where my good friend Kathy Casale is going to come in. And Joanna, I will get to, that's a great question. I'll stop right now and answer your question, Joanna. So when you think, what doesn't it cover? If we're talking about specified disease product solely, okay, let's take a hysterectomy, for example. That would not be covered under the specified disease. That type of operation would fall solely to indemnity type benefits. Let's say that a child is on the policy and they need to have their tonsils removed. That's not going to fall under the specified disease. That would be indemnity, you know, surgical benefits there. You know, I'm trying to think, you know, in full transparency, something like COPD is not covered under the specified disease product. But if that COPD got bad enough where that person had lung cancer or needed a lung transplant, then it would be covered with a $5,000 deductible, 100% $1 million. And I see your question there. Epilepsy would not be covered under the specified disease, but could be covered in some form or fashion, from office visits to surgery, things like that, under the indemnity benefits, if you included that in the package. I want to just hold questions 1 second, and then we'll open it back up. But where I was at, you know, I'm sure that some of you have sold indemnity products, you know, throughout the course of your career, and have probably maybe experienced some consumer fatigue with indemnity benefits at office visits or something to that effect. Or maybe you come across the client that just, you know, doesn't want to pay cash. They want those co-pays, or, you know, they want 100% preventative care coverage. And so that is where my good friend Kathy Casale comes in with Choice Health, and where we have kind of put our heads together to offer agents and consumers the opportunity to maybe utilize some MedMutual product and a product that would have copays and that 100% preventative care coverage. Even though separate carriers, utilizing the strategy of putting the two together to create a great outcome for the consumer. So I share with you some things that are being done, even, you know, in you guys' area and across the country. Choice Health Options is a MEC product that can be written to individuals, okay? Within this product, you can see here the different coverage selections, but they have wellness and preventative covered at 100%, primary care visit copays, specialist visits, network discount or copay, X-rays, copay, depending on what level. They do have a robust pharmacy benefit. And so Kathy and I put our heads together and said, hey, could we maybe play off of one another? And we've seen a lot of agents, especially over this past enrollment, pairing Kathy's product with the MedMutual Protect products. So the client could utilize the copay and preventative care services through Choice Health and have MedMutual Protect act as their stop loss. So when you look at that and you say, okay, we have a client adult 204 a month, and we have a 50-year-old Michigan male in Michigan with specified disease and accident coverage at 153.67 per month. When you add that up, you're at 357, is that right? Per month for a 50-year-old. And they get that copay and things like that. And I'll let Kathy kind of talk more to her product in just a second. But if you wanted to add in the MedMutual Protect indemnity and utilize that option with the $1 million accident, $1 million disease, have the indemnity alongside there where they can recoup these benefits at $265.40 for that price for a 50-year-old male in Michigan. And if they were to pair that with the Choice Health option at 204, they've got a pretty good package there, utilizing copays and kind of the best of both worlds, all under $500. Now, I would like to open it up to some questions. And Miranda, you may have to unmute Kathy Casale to let her maybe answer some questions. But, that was a quick rundown of product with MedMutual Protect, and then kind of some strategy that Kathy and I have put our heads together with to offer you guys, various options within the market and some different strategy there, but open to questions.
Thank you, Dylan. Anyone feel free to unmute. Everyone should be able to unmute and ask questions or put it in the chat. I did have one specifically for the kind of the standalone specified disease. Does that allow for reoccurrence? Used a heart attack example. They, use up that $1 million and 2 years later they have another heart attack. Is that now pre-existing?
Yeah. No, great question. Great question. All of our products are guaranteed renewable. Okay. And so if not like a short-term medical where after their term, whether it's 11 months, 36 months, whatever that may be, they would now be under a pre-existing situation. Our products are guaranteed renewable year over year. There is a $5 million lifetime benefit on the specified disease product. So as long as they continue paying their premium, they will renew year over year with no pre-X issues.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Hope that answers your question. Yeah,
absolutely.
Certainly.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having us here. I figured I'd chime in and introduce myself. I'm Kathy Casale, founder of Choice Health Options. And again, like Dylan said, we've worked together to come up with creative alternatives for what's available out there. And really with the products, you can mix and match. I like to say they work exactly like they are expected to because they do. There is true fulfillment. Your client will get a medical card, show it to the doctor for an outpatient situation that's a covered charge. On Dylan's side, same thing. Your client's not juggling with submitting claims. They're just showing the card and it works the way insurance is expected to. And, the bundle works very well. We call it the Power Pack. A couple of things I just want to point out on Choice Health is that we have composite rates. Dylan showed you those rates. So it's very simply adult plus children, couple, family. You're not looking at zip codes or ages. It's a stagnant rate. The product itself is available in all 50 states. It's guaranteed issue, which is nice, because frankly, some people can't qualify for underwritten health plans. With Dylan's accident being guaranteed issue and this product being guaranteed issue, it's a nice product to have in your portfolio. Um, there are no pre-existing condition clauses at all. And you have those no-cost ACA preventative benefits to include colonoscopies and things that can cost some money there. Unlimited copays, meets the ACA requirement for California, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and DC. And there are optional benefits too within the choice. I'm not sure if you have all the materials, but we have an indemnity plan as well. It's not as robust as Dylan's because it's a guaranteed issue plan, but it's available for your clients to access. And then we do a lot of business with Delta Dental of New Jersey. It's a national network. Um, you have that opportunity to kind of through the Collective Wellness Association, that's the association that the Choice Health product is funneled through, obtain these benefits without waiting periods or pre-existing condition clauses. So just wanted to point out on a high level, again, we have a lot of agents pulling these products together. And again, I just had a large agency call before this, but if you look at the most robust choice product, with the specified disease and accident, you're looking at $328 a month for a 30-year-old, 412 for a 50. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, but it's about asking the right questions to your client, doing the needs analysis and finding out what's important to them. We're hearing a lot of families that aren't qualifying. Or can't afford the ACA to maybe protect their children, get their children on some state health plan and go without themselves. And we're just trying to fill the void of these expensive health plans that are out there. And I think, both carriers together do a really good job. So I'm here to answer any questions as well for the choice product. And we don't have any. Anybody?
Quick question, I guess, as far as contracting side of things. So these would be two separate, and Dylan, maybe you can speak to this. If an agent wanted to be able to offer both these products, they're contracting with the two separate companies, or are they kind of rolled under one, under the MedMutual?
It would be two
It would be
separate
two separate
companies,
companies,
Oh,
Okay.
Miranda.
Miranda.
you, Yeah, we are different carriers. We just find the partnership works really well together. There are some business rules that are a little bit different. We have a cutoff of the 21st of the month, which is Saturday, for an effective of the first coming, meaning March 1st. Cutoff is Saturday the 21st, 21st of every month. A couple of different little things. We enroll through Enrollable, so that's what the merchant account will read on the bank statement or the credit card statement. Um, Dylan, you can speak to your underwriting as well, but it's almost like pressing the easy button. Yes, they're two different carriers, but both products are super easy to explain to a client, and frankly, easily understood from a client's perspective, and that's why we're making some serious traction nationally with this partnership.
Wonderful. Thank you. So, nothing coming in questions. Please feel free to unmute, throw them in there. It's pretty straightforward. I did include the PDFs and the summary breakdown did go out to everybody who registered for this, so they have all of those attachments there to look at and view.
Hey Miranda, I just might have missed it. Did Ann Stretchberry's epilepsy question get answered?
It it did. I believe that
Oh.
would not be covered, Dylan.
Under the
Under the
specified
specified
disease
disease
product, it would
product,
not
it
be.
would not be, but would be.
You might, yeah, I was going to say you might want to hang up your phone because we're hearing you. Happy to send out the certificates so you can look at, all the protection that you have, including the exclusions. Often we have exclusions that come out, and I think it's good to familiarize yourself with the summary of benefits and then also the exclusions and limitations so that you can have all those questions answered.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. And if anyone has follow-up questions, they can reach out to you two individually. Is that good to share out that contact info?
Absolutely.
Okay,
100%.
Certainly.
perfect. All right, well, I think we're good on our end. That was thorough. Looks like a great product, good option, as you said, for this ACA alternative. I love the bundling feature to really get, all the different aspects that someone could run into. Appreciate your time, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.